Previously on Drag Duel, the music video challenge was back and our warriors were tasked with creating videos based off Chappell Roan's iconic album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Tensions were high as the King's Alliance was singled out, more alliances formed, and Gwen and Neon got into it over the production level of this cast. After an incredible main battle and runway, Zotic chose to step away from the competition, leaving Gwen and Shafrania to duke it out for the challenge win in the top 2. In the end, Gwendolin won round 4, and we move into round 5 with 10 warriors left in the arena. Joining our main judges this season, Hydra and Dom Perignon, we have the mixed congeniality of Season 1, Susan, and the iconic Daniel Franzese.
Welcome back to Drag Duel, where the reads are sharp, the fashion is sickening, and your favorites, well, they might not be here for long.
We are officially in round 5 of season 3. And after last week's incredible Chappell Roan tribute music videos, Zotic unfortunately decided to step away from the competition, leaving just 10 warriors remaining in the arena. And if you're saying, Derek, why are you wearing your fire hat from the season 2 promo? Well, it's because I'm wearing Dantasia's season 2 promo merch. And if you want to get some fun Dantasia merch, the link to her merch shop will be in the description down below. Remember to support our past and present warriors as much as you possibly can.
But before we dive into the chaos of this week, just a reminder that our warriors are fighting for a $2,500 cash prize courtesy of our amazing supporters on Patreon and Indiegogo. If you want to help out this season and in the meantime also get access to a bunch of behind the scenes exclusive content, never before seen lip syncs, and so much more drama, well, you would want to join our Patreon today. It's linked down in the description.
The winner will also receive 2 custom press-on nail sets from Kitty Cosmetics, crafted to strike, stun, and slay. A $100 custom lash package from Lash Core, the ultimate finishing touch to any winning look. A custom, one-of-a-kind wearable art piece from Vintage Thrivals, the black, queer-owned brand transforming sustainable fashion into iconic drag armor. A custom quality human hair wig from Bootsy herself, because no crown is complete without the hair to match. And speaking of crowns, our champion will also receive a crown fit for a warrior. Now, let's check back in with our warriors after a chaotic and emotional music video round.
I'm feeling very excited. It feels really cool. It feels really good to be seen in that, like, people really appreciate what I did. I worked really hard on everything that I did last week, so it's nice to, like, kind of get my flowers for that.
I do think the King's Alliance will just keep getting stronger. Heavy already has a win, Gwen has a win, and even though I don't have one yet, I have the confidence in myself that I will get a win eventually. And I think that we will take over at some point. I really believe that the 3 of us are really strong contenders for completely different reasons. So I think the other warriors should watch out for us.
After the last week, I felt like really exhilarated because I finally felt like I'm putting my own foot in this competition down. And I mean, it sucks losing, especially considering like I really liked my lip sync. I finally loved what I submitted with the lip sync, but it's kind of an honor to lose to Gwendolin, especially with this like good of lip sync. There are still some weakness points I can feel in myself, but I'm hoping that like I finally cracked the formula on how to present myself.
Last week I was in the top for the music video, and I just have to say I should have won. But also, no shade to my boo Gwen. I love Gwen and I love Shafrania, and I think they were top 2 down. And they deserve every placement that they got. But overall, my run in this competition, I feel as though I am delivering. I think the critiques I'm always getting back is that I am very multifaceted. At the same time, I'm inching towards, you know, wanting and getting that win, and I'm like, ugh, it's like edging me, no goon, edging.
I was robbed. I'll just say it. I was fucking robbed. They made a top 5 for music videos, and I wasn't even on it. You know how soul crushing that was? Like, I thought I was in a bad mood after the sewing challenge. No. I was in a foul mood after this. Poor Hennessey got an earful, and I was just ready to quit this competition. I was really questioning my existence in this competition because I don't feel like I was getting recognized at all.
You know, I don't know how I feel about my run so far. I started out so strong, you know, winning the promo, winning fucking the first episode, and then it's just been safe. I've always been like, those divas on the shows complaining about being safe. I'm like, how? Like, why? You get to be there another week. And then when you're actually doing it, it's like, oh, I'm shit, my drag shit, everything I do is shit, nobody likes me. It's not fun. It's not as fun as you would think. But I am happy to be safe and here doing more. Because I could be low. I could be like Neon and be low, but I'm not, and I'm good.
I am feeling very much like my last name. I feel like I'm not either seen enough or maybe I'm not doing enough.
Maybe I'm delusional. I probably am. I thought I was gonna Sasha Kobe this competition. I thought I was gonna come in and just like annihilate everyone. And then I haven't been able to really reach the top at all. And so it's really made me question, am I good at this? Am I as good as I thought I was?
This week it's time for another side quest, but this one isn't for the faint of heart. It's our legendary reading challenge.
That is right, we gave all of our warriors a library card and said go to town. It is time for them to shred their fellow warriors in a roast battle.
And let's just say that some of them left the library in ashes.
Ladies and gentlemen, theys, thems, and Gwen, welcome to the reading challenge. Because if I can't win this competition, at least I can read every single one of you to filth for fun. So with that, let the Squid Games begin.
Why would she admit that she can't win this competition? Neon.
First, let's start with Hennessey. Hennessey is like a fine whiskey, except that she's been corked since week 1. I once told Gwen to fuck off, and she said I owed her an apology, and I agree. I'm sorry I didn't say it sooner.
Whoa, okay. Neon is coming in hot with this one.
And let's not forget that Gwen was an alternate, because nothing says icon, like you were called because someone had to drop out.
Maybe nothing says icon like being an alternate and then coming back and getting a win. You were in the bottom twice, girl. Fuck off!
Speaking of leftovers, we got Heavy Cream. Heavy walks like he's got something to prove and jokes like he already gave up.
What's funny is thinking that I'm not funny, because if anyone's not funny, it's you, baby. Neon, you really, really tried to be funny. You really tried.
Good evening, Earthlings. I don't come in peace. I came to read you hoes.
Girl, what did you do to yourself?
Transjenifah, you bring the house down, mama, but only because that foundation is cracking. Heavy Cream, you walk like your feet owe you money, bitch. Stella, you're the reason glitter comes with a warning label. Pretty at first, but clings on way too long.
Oh.
Shafrania, you got charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent, just not in the same room at the same time.
So cute.
Today, I was asked to read the cast of Season 3 of Drag Duel, or as I like to call them, Untalented.
Where?
And she does call us that.
First up, we have Neon Noire. Now, we have so many talented drag kings, and Neon is still the most handsome contestant in drag. Heavy Cream looks like a cruise lounge singer. Let's hope it's the Titanic. Now, Stella is the look queen of the season.
I am.
As in, look queen, I don't think this is right for you.
Ah, yes! That's how you do it.
Smokey is a tranny bitch. Next.
Heavy cream usually goes spoiled after a month or so why are you rehashing the jokes from decades ago? I mean, people burst out laughing when they hear you, but you know what else bursts? The seams at your week 3 look. Neon, you're a professional when it comes to lighting, so when are you finally bringing the light to the conversation? I mean, you're Miss Bear Belgium, so where are the pageant answers?
What?
Transjenifahs Gawdy, something something song by Hole, something something corny in code. Your week 2 look makes me wanna blow my brains out.
Shafrania is a look queen. Oh, sorry, a look away queen.
Okay, I really need to work on my makeup since like 2 people already pointed it out.
I'd say Smokey was fashionably late, but based on episode 3, she's more so just late.
I love him so.
Smokey is so late, she's not even here yet. Smokey... Oh wait, sorry, I was waiting for her to arrive. Smokey, did you never learn how to pronounce latte? Because your shit is late. Transjenifahs Gawdy. Your drag is so shit, you should change your name to Transjenifahs Potty.
Oh my god. Robaire wants to lose.
Let's compare. No, let's compare Drag Diva. I would love to do that. I would love to compare my drag and yours. Let's do it.
Who wants a shot of Hennessey? Personally, I think I am good.
Why is this good? Why is this? Who wants a shot of Hennessey? Personally, I think I'm good.
Robaire, you've been so high throughout this competition. You thought you actually placed high during the design challenge.
Girl, you've been so high, you didn't realize I did place high for the design challenge.
Heavy cream. They really weren't kidding when they said Drag Duel is open for everybody. Kings, queens, things, monsters, and old. They were wrong. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Woof woof.
Woof woof.
Smokey, don't worry. When the time comes and I need a low-rent Beyonce impersonator, you'll be the first person I call. Robaire Banned. Well, you should be. Hi, Hennessey. The gap between your teeth is almost as big as the gap between Neon's drag and the rest of the competition.
Come on, girl. Oh my god.
Speaking of Neon, hi Neon. You are the winner of this week's challenge. It's something you would hear if the quality of your garments was anywhere near the quality of your videos.
I mean...
That was crazy.
Stella's my favorite. Stella is my favorite. Stella 8. Stella 8.
Yeah, what's up? Heavy cream here. About to lay down a world full of hurt on my remaining competitors. Yeah, yeah. Rubber Band, we're starting with you, brother. Oh snap, I think it's time for you to bounce. Yeah, get out of here. See you later. Next up, we got my man, Gwendolin. Gwendolin, you think you're an alpha? Nah, bruh. You look like a little Gwentle kitty cat to me. Meow. Meow. Yo, Hennessey, you think you're all that? You think you're all that? Well, I ain't seen much of anything. That's right. I ain't seen much of anything.
Wait, that was Heavy's breeding challenge? Eek.
Stella Incognito. Now, you know, you chose a really good last name for drag because much like your personality, it's round 5 and we're still playing hide and seek with it. Now, for our viewers at home, it is no lie that in Russia, people are getting arrested and the law is oppressing all of our queer artists. And you know what? To that I say, fuck the law. But, you know, after seeing Shafrania's drag closet, you know, I want to say maybe the law has some points.
I'm deceased. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh, nobody wants to follow the freaking rules of this competition. Man, I really wish there was a rule book. Whoa! A hint. The first clue is blank inches away from your guitar. Hint, the number of inches between Neon's eyebrows and wig line. That's 6 inches. The next clue is located where you'll find Shafrania and Glass Staine's
challenge to lip sync to the death. The trash.
I love the commitment.
Gwen making this a scavenger hunt is so funny.
The bookshelf. Wait, no, the cooler. What the? It's empty. What? What's the point? It's not like Aqua Flora is gonna read it anyway. No!
This is like a reading movie? What's happening? This is like a feature-length film with like subtle reads in it, Diva. This was not the challenge.
The reading challenge was so much fun. I knew we had some rotten bitches in this cast. To be trans turned it out, Smokey turned it out. Stella, she did good for once. She turned it out.
I have been quoting "You walk like your feet owe you money" since I have watched that video. I don't know what that means, but I think it's hilarious.
Robaire, I'ma just let you know. The only major thing I submitted late was week 3. We gonna stop it with the late jokes. But also, kind of tore me, no shade. I loved it. It was a key. It was a fucking key.
It is now time for you to vote for who you think was the best reader. Linked down below is a Google form where you can vote for your favorite roaster and they will win the side quest and a $25 reward.
Now, reading is fundamental. But this week we asked our warriors to bring in their comedy chops by doing what any overconfident white man does. Starting a podcast!
That is right, we are creating our very own podcast network, and it'll be up to our warriors to team up and create mini podcast productions. We want to see originality, we want to see a logo mock-up, a title, a fun intro. We want the full podcast experience, condensed down into just 5 minutes.
Whether it's silly, satirical, or downright stupid, the mission was simple. Make us laugh, make us gag, and make us hit that subscribe button.
And on the runway, shocker, I pulled the Fool card. Category is tarot cards.
From the lovers to the fool, from the moon to the death itself, the warriors need to transform the stories and the concept of tarot cards into fabulous fashion moments.
Last week, Gwen won her very first challenge, and with that came a power-up. So let's see how she decided to use it, whether for good or for evil.
Hi, Gwendolin! Congratulations once again on your win. But are you ready to hear what your power-up is?
I'm calm. I'm collected.
Next week, the warriors will have to pair up to create their very own podcasts. This is the challenge where we are looking to be entertained and for the warriors to showcase their connections with each other and their personality. But you get the matchmaker power-up. You will get to assign everyone's pairs. You can be nice about it and assign friends with each other, or you can play it strategically, use the dramas that the warriors have between each other, and maybe pair them together. I'm not suggesting anything. The choice is completely up to you, so don't mess it up.
I can't wait to see how people want to be paired together. I'm going to go around and ask.
I fear Gwen is somebody that's very well connected in this cast, so I think a power-up will be hard for her because I think she's going to want to try to help everybody, and in this competition, we could see how that goes. Everybody that wants to help everybody, is still going to end up hurting somebody, even by accident.
Do I want to play the game selfish and, just give myself what I want and then screw everybody else over? Or do I want this to be a good round? I chose that I wanted it to be a good round for a couple reasons. Number one, I do not want screwing people over to bite me in the ass later. Because if I screw people over now, I will get screwed over later. And trust and believe, I plan on lasting in this competition. So I want to make sure I've got some friends.
Poor Gwen, though. Gwen was just trying to assign partners, and I was in such a mood. She was like, who do you want to be with? And I was like, fuck off. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I might not even be here at this point. So do whatever you want. Pair me with whoever you want. Pair me with whoever wants to be paired with me, was my response to Gwen at that point.
It was pretty fair. I mean, when I spoke with Gwen, I told her I'd like her or maybe Hennessey or Neon. So she paired me up with Neon.
Going into it, I was like, I either want to work with Gwen, I either want to work with Trans, or I either want to work with Smokey. I have a really good talking back and forth with them, and I really like them as people. Gwen chose me with the power up, which it kind of like boosted my ego a little bit. I was like, oh my God, Gwen wants to work with me. It felt like, you know, in gym class when you're picked first. I don't know what that feels like, but I'm sure it feels great. And I'm sure it feels like this.
I loved how they actually connected people with like compatible time zones. For example, it would be like very hard for me to call Robaire and for him to call me, or like to call Heavy Cream. But with Stella, it was much easier to coordinate our time, our efforts. So I was really grateful to Gwendolin.
I think Gwen ended up taking the hit here because I think they may have tried to accommodate everybody and then ended up like not taking their first choice of a partner. I don't know if that's true, but I have a feeling Gwen would have also wanted to work with either Heavy or I, and ended up like taking the hit there.
I am shocked that people are not being more strategic. If it was up to me, it would have been a whole another story.
I was nervous for going into this challenge. That's why I was like, pick the most eloquent people. So they could assist me with leading this. I never did a podcast. I never hosted. Like, those are not my thing. Like, public speeches. Like, when they tell me, like, tell me something about yourself. I'm like, why? Why would you ask me that? The house renovation and, like, building stuff and, like, work and everything. Like, I just feel like I'm in a tornado and I'm, like, spinning around and trying to do everything. I just hopefully will bring it close to an end, at least the house part, so I can like do more here, I guess.
I think that the fact that this was a podcast challenge and that was like a comedy kind of challenge this week, I did feel added pressure, and I was really trying to not get in my head too much about that, because I feel like sometimes if you try too hard to be funny, then you're not funny. So
I love team challenges. I don't know. I love getting to work with other people in drag. I think that getting to collaborate with like different drag minds like brings like a whole new like art form.
One part of being a drag artist is working with other drag artists. That's a very integral part. And so of course you should have like a work together with another drag artist challenge.
I like to work with other people. I love to bounce ideas off of other people. What I don't like is relying on other people, because if you get a shitty partner and if you get someone who doesn't know how to work or collaborate, it's kind of all just downhill from there.
I don't like having other people to rely on me, mainly because I know that I'm very inconsistent. I have very high highs, but I also have very low lows. So in case I screw anybody up in the group project, I don't want them to experience this. I don't want them to feel like I weigh them down.
I don't know if you could tell, but I do like to speak and I do like to let my voice be heard. Never silence Black trans women. I am a theater kid. I got my BFA. I got my training. And I also got my speech and debate training too. So, you know, I know I'm a good host. I know I can banter. I know I can volley. All that improv training, all that acting training, it comes into play here because you got to know when to drive and then when to take the back seat.
I don't think I was like crazy nervous for this challenge. I just knew this was like another thing that I just don't have experience in. I've never done like a roast or anything comedy related in drag. It's been a lot of like monster-y type drag, and that's where I think my experience has been handy so far.
For me, para me, I like a podcast that has good banter between the two co-hosts. I think that's really the biggest thing for me, is if it feels like two best friends that are cutting up and I get to join that and I get to be a part of like these two best friends that are just having a good time. That's when I feel like I really love and enjoy listening to the podcast. It's not always just about like joke. It's also about like, who are you? And would I just want to like grab a drink with you and hang out with you?
So Alex, I guess the real question is, my gut said to do this as an improv challenge. and totally wing it on the day of, and not do the canned bits and whatnot, just because it just feels inauthentic, in my opinion. That said, what do you feel comfortable with? Because if you want it to be a little bit more scripted, we could totally do that as well. So I just kind of want to know like what you had in your mind.
I was thinking also maybe we could do like an improv, but we could try like those themes and stuff, as Derek said, like before that, just to see what we will be like comfortable with. And we maybe should like have a closing line, like, right?
Yeah, like something could happen, like plant broke. I don't know, I'm just making something up, right? Or something happened and like we gotta go clean this up, and then we do our little outro and we call it a day.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
Okay, so then the question is, what are we actually doing? I think is the real question here. So you had sent me a text that you said you wanted to play like the bimbo cock destroyers. Is that what your vibe you were going for?
Like dumb blondes and be like crazy about it. I don't know. I know you also said you wanted to do bimbos, and the three ideas that you gave were like, these sounds good. Like we can talk about cryptocurrency and stuff and be in like suits and like have fake boobs like bursting out.
So because I was also trying to, I toyed around with the ideas a little bit more since I texted you, and so like what I was thinking is, I don't, because we're also going to be judged on, can this be like 100 episodes, right? So we need like a premise, and then we're going to do episode 1 of sorts, right? But we needed to feel like a podcast that there could be potentially future episodes of it, right?
To make sequels for it.
Yeah, to make sequels.
Yeah,
so I think that it's got to be like broad enough that it could be multiple episodes, but also specific enough that we can be stupid on it, right?
We had ideas, we were brainstorming, we were chit-chatting, we were also talking a lot on WhatsApp. So everything kind of fell in place. I had an idea, she had an idea, we were like brainstorming about those, and it worked out really nicely. No like pressure, no nothing.
Now, I wish, like, I'm the type of person that needs like constant communication, so it would annoy me when somebody doesn't text me back for 24 hours. I need like a text back in like the next 10 minutes type person. So that was an adjustment.
I feel like I've been like so intense on this show, but like intense things keep happening. So like in LA right now, the Trump administration is sending out a bunch of ICE agents, mostly targeting Latino, Mexican populations in California. And that has caused like just like mass hysteria, just because like these ICE agents are carting looking for immigrants to deport, which is just crazy. And I'm a Latino person living in California, so I've hated it, and I've definitely like felt the need to do my part, and that's been just through protesting and being there for my community in different ways.
There's just been a lot going on in the world, and so that coupled with the intensity and the stress of this competition did make it more of a struggle this round for me.
Hey, good to see you. How was your day?
Good, but crazy. I was just working this morning, and there's just been like a bunch happening in LA right now. So just like getting home was crazy.
Yes. Oh my God. I was going to say, you're in LA. So like, what has that been like? Because that's like, there's so much in the news right now. And like, I've heard that it's being made sound like worse than it is. But I mean, what's the scoop? You're there. So
at least by me has been crazy. Like right now, like I was going to go to the fashion district today to get fabric. And that whole place is just like covered in police. It's there's like checkpoints where you can't even get off the freeway without them stopping you for identification.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And right now there's a curfew on LA, so you can't go out past 8 p.m. because there's been like too much protesting. So like the police is like out and making sure nobody's out past 8 p.m. in certain areas.
Wow.
So super crazy vibes. And
Yeah.
Not the topic at hand. It's supposed to be super funny today, so
Right. It was like we're coming in like really dark. But it's okay, we'll go from here. I just like, are you do you feel okay? I mean,
oh
that must be scary.
yeah, no, I'm in a good situation. I am safe. But I mean, there's plenty of like queer people that I'm friends with that are like in the drag scene that are like not safe right now. So it's definitely like just a scary situation to be in.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah. It's a whole other challenge to have to deal with on top of like, what we're already working on, just like trying to get about your just normal day is like now become a challenge. It
Yeah.
sounds like.
So real, like
Yeah.
so real. It sucks and it's intense, but that is also part of drag, in my opinion at least, is to like be political and use our platforms to like stand up for the things that are important to us. And my name is banned for a reason because I will stand up for the things I believe in, like harder than I even should sometimes.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad that we get to work on this together, that you're my partner. I'm so excited to like, I know like we've been chatting, but I'm excited to like get to know you a little better too.
Oh, same and so much. I mean, and at this point I've said it so many times, but I yeah, I just think you're doing great. I'm super excited to like get to work with you on like a comedy challenge, especially because you've been so funny so far. So
Thank you.
I'm excited to see what our brains can like come up with together.
I know we kind of mentioned we were thinking of like doing like a morning radio show vibe. So like I'm being very like cheesy, like you're watching it with the Dukes, like
Yeah.
really obnoxious.
Yes, love that idea. Love the like bro macho vibe. I feel like that's where like our drag meets in the middle, and like I think we have the opportunity of like two kings being in a duo together, and like how could we not lean in that direction, you know? I am glad to have had him during this challenge because I think he was a good person to talk to, and he feels like a real adult, and I appreciate that because like just having a queer adult around who like feels like they know what they're doing are good in times like these. That was kind of balancing my priorities this challenge of taking part in my community, going to the protest. We even had to reschedule our podcast because originally we had scheduled it for No King's Day, which the irony of that, which it ended up being No King's Day because we couldn't record that day. But there was just a mass protest in the entire US, and a bunch of different cities were all protesting ICE in the US. And it was really intense. And we realized like we cannot be comedy and funny and at our best today, and we have to move it to the next day, and we record the next day instead.
This is a time where it's more important now to laugh and find joy in life, because that's what's going to keep us going.
It sucks that we're dealing with other stuff, but like we're professionals and we keep it pushing.
This challenge is actually really hard. It's harder than I thought it would be, with coming up with the idea and everything, and also speaking in the second language. I don't have an idea yet. I know we just have to make it funny.
I thought of like going to a parody angle, so I had two main ideas. My first idea is like trying to parody the alpha male slash crypto bros kind of podcast, because they try so hard to be masculine, they try so hard to be like dramatic, that it just comes off as like very unnatural and like very funny and very pompous. So I wanted so like maybe we could do something like that, trying to act like those people, but like they end up coming up as beachy and catty like drag queens do oftentimes.
Yeah.
So I thought like that could be a similar thing. But my second idea was trying to parody true crime podcasts. I mean, I love listening to them sometimes because for example, a lot of them like do have good points about like crime and stuff, but a lot of them are frankly very disrespectful, and so like I will not feel bad making fun of them. What angle do you like better?
Well, I think it would be better to go with the true crime. I also love that idea. I think it could work really well.
I wanted to suggest that you do the bimbo character because I thought that it would suit you well.
Are you calling me a bimbo now?
Well, yeah. Well, You are
Um,
already blonde. And yeah, just kidding.
yeah,
Uh,
I agree with that. I like the idea of having characters.
mhm.
So it's not just initially us playing in the podcast. And I think it would be even easier if we did the characters. So I love that idea. Yeah.
I was scared just a tiny bit because both of us do not speak English on daily basis. I am actually really glad I got to do that with Shafrania. We are really kind of connected in a way doing this. We are sticking together. There is nothing wrong with that. And I think we are being just slightly overlooked by the Americans, maybe.
Bitch took you long enough.
Hey, okay, not too much. Not too much now. Girls got a shower, okay? The people haven't seen me bathed. Okay, going into this, I had a lot of ideas. So there are many different routes you can kind of go down.
I think a very real podcast that like is in the vein of things that are like present for us, what we relate to, what we vibe with.
Obviously, like we're two trans divas, and that is also a very like amazing connection that I'm really excited to explore. Because I do think that is something that our pairing has that I don't think any of the other pairings have or necessarily would think to like go towards. And so we definitely like I would love to play to our strength. I know both of us love to already like showcase our transness in our art and in our drag. And so why not like use that to our advantage, especially when I feel like both of us have kind of been like I don't know, not been put to like the forefront. We neither of us have gotten that like challenge win yet. So I'm like I want to see us do it for the T Divas.
I'm gonna do it for me, and then I'm gonna do it for the T Divas.
You said that's already they been done did.
Me, I gave them a good 4 weeks of celebrating them. Me, I'm putting the forefront on my black ass, okay?
Oh, okay.
Me, this tranny needs the win. No shade. We were already like powwow sisters, like, you know, birds of a feather are plucked together. That was pretty much us. And so we went in with it already with our, you know, connection established.
I was excited to work with somebody that I just feel like we were like living in the same universe. I honestly, I thought we were gonna be twins. I thought it was gonna be like just me working with myself and like it was gonna be all, you know, good, but it was not that. She is a different person and trans people are not a monolith. You know, they're always saying that and it is true, okay? Because we are very different and the way we ended up working was very different. I don't know. I don't know if she did not trust my vision or my opinion. But she just like sent me over a script that was like basically like the entire thing written out. And I was like, oh, okay, Diva, like this is great that you have ideas, but I'm also gonna put like my 2 cents into this. And so I went through and I re-edited everything and I got on a call with her and I was like, hey, like these are segments I think we should be adding in. And I made sure to really like re-edit it into something that I would like just say and that's natural to me. But I do think she's also the type of kid that like just always was doing everything in the group project because she was like really trying to take control of everything. And I had to like pry her fingers off of it and be like, no, Diva, I'm gonna do stuff too. Like this is mine. So I think that definitely like our working relationship, it was not as like easy or we weren't as like quick to just get everything decided and good.
Hello, Hennessey girl. How you doing?
No, I'm doing good. I'm excited that we get to work together. So for judging teams, one's winner, one's in the bottom, three are safe.
Yeah, or if they do like a bottom team and a high team and then one is safe.
Okay.
So I think we'll be fine. And that's only if they judge in teams. I don't know if they'll do that, which I'm very interesting to see how judging works because I don't know, I'm scared, but also like I feel like we're a strong package overall, so I'm not that.
And I don't think any like either of us are like outshining the other. I feel like we complement each other very well.
I kind of intentionally set people up with like the people they wanted. So I feel like everyone is potential competition, but yeah, definitely the people who I think will be like funniest together are Heavy and Robaire and Trans and Smokey.
Yeah, I think I could see Heavy and Robert doing like a little bit more character driven. And I feel like Smokey and Trans are gonna go like just themselves, like a talk show. And they're both individually hilarious. They'll mesh very well together. I feel pressure as challenge winners to not land in the bottom because if we both are in the bottom two, that means we'll be one of the first people with the challenge win going home. And I don't want that.
You and I have the same exact track record right now. And so I feel more of like a less of a I want to win again, because obviously I do want to win again. Like, yeah, like getting our second win, like especially this early on, is super important. But I also just less want to be safe again. Like I just want to be high. Like I need those extra points on my track record because I can't be like the diva that is like safe, 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 safe.
If,
Win, safe, safe, safe.
if I am safe a fourth week in a row, you will see Hennessey go crazy. You will see Hennessey have an outburst.
If you get 4 safes in a row, then you'll break the record.
I don't want to break that record though. So I was very happy to work with Gwen. I was very excited too. Their quirkiness kind of balances my whatever this is, according to Smokey, my disorders. So balances that out a bit, I think. We both were like, okay, clowns, quirky, theater are like the things we relate on. And then right away we're like, let's do a little theater kid podcast. It's time for the theater kids to have representation on Drag Duel.
So me and Hennessey are both very busy people, and I think that caught up with us just a little bit. We were able to like schedule out days to work together, and that was fine. But sometimes the communication was just a little bit like sparse because we were both like so busy.
I hope Gwen and I got closer. We exchanged numbers, so we now have each other's phone numbers. So that makes like us like official friends now, I guess.
I am thinking, and this is just because I'm paranoid, I have a paranoia complex, but in my brain I feel like Smokey has almost been trying to like best me at every point in this podcast. Like even when we were talking on the Zoom call about how it's going to be judged, she was like, no, I think it'll be individual and I think whoever has the better runway is gonna get it. So there's just little things that are happening that I'm like, I think you are trying to be better than me in this podcast and not necessarily like make this the best it can be. And I don't even want to put those bad vibes out there because that's my sister. And if that's not her intent or that's not, you know, how she is trying to behave, I think maybe I'm just being paranoid. But I'm like, girl, are you trying to best me? She really was pushing at every stop to make sure that she was like meeting where I'm at, if not doing better. And that definitely showed in how many takes we had to do because we originally filmed for 2 hours doing multiple takes. And then we found one take that we liked, but she didn't have headphones in. So I was like, okay, let's refilm it. So then we did it another day. I got into full drag. We filmed multiple takes over the course of 2 hours. And then I edited a full take of the podcast and I even uploaded it. Then Smokey messages me and she was like, just being weird. She was just kind of like, oh, I guess for what it is, it's okay. I guess like, it's okay, but like, I wish we could do another take. And I was like, okay, doll, like you need to speak now or forever hold your peace. Do you want to do another take or not? So then she's like, okay, girl, like if you're saying we can, then yes, let's do another take. So we go back and we film a third time, but she was definitely trying it. Like she was really, and I think each time we were doing takes, she was gradually getting better and better, which is good for her. But I'm also like, Diva, you have a BFA. Why is it taking a million takes in order for us to get this perfect take, you know?
I don't want to come off across as like, you know, crazy steamrolling and, you know, just not letting her have her moments or anything like that. But I ultimately know what like sticks or works for a challenge like this, or like script work, and then also just like how to banter back and forth. But I don't want to let my perfectionist or like my, you know, controlling side come into play in this challenge because I really want to come across as someone who is like able to be worked with. And I hope I'm doing that. Cut to the episode and that's not the case. Boom. Crazy. Whew. This blunt is working me out, girl.
A lot of it is just me being in my head and also like really just wanting this bad and being like paranoid that I'm gonna get some storyline where Smokey beats me in this challenge where I put just as much in as her, because I feel like I don't know, there's just like this air. Like even when she was talking to like Derek, I feel like there was something about like what she was saying, like, oh, well, I wrote the whole script and well, I did all this. And I'm like, but you didn't do everything. I put in just as much. I did literally all of the editing for 2 different videos because you wanted to refilm it. I rewrote every single line I had to make sure it was something that I would say and that I would laugh at. So I just like, I really want it to be known that I put in just as much. But if like I get this close and then I end up not winning or she wins over me, I think that would really turn me into the villain of this season. Like, I think that would probably set me off. So let's manifest that doesn't happen.
Wow, these warriors were summoning some mystical forces. And attention, you can cut it with the Ace of Swords.
Stakes are high, the cards are drawn, the spirits are definitely restless, and it is finally time for the main event.
Let's grab our headphones, shuffle our tarot cards, and tune in into these podcasts.
Starting in 5 seconds, y'all. 5 seconds.
Thank you, 5.
Hello, theater kids. Welcome to Thespians.
The podcast where we discuss different topics that try to answer the age-old question, are theater kids really annoying?
My name's Hennessey. I'm a grown adult with a vendetta against my high school theater director.
And hey there, hi there, ho there. My name's Gwendolin Cometh, but they called me the Ben Platt of Happy Trail High School. No biggie.
Oh, that was Ben Platt who played the Deer Evan Hansen.
Yes! I'll be speaking a little quieter today because I am on a vocal rest. I need to rest my voice for my very important role as tree number 2.
Work. It should have been me. It should have been me. Anyways, I think an important way to warm up our voices is my favorite warm-up, our daily raise your ya. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So raise your ya.
So raise your ya.
So warm.
Thank you. Hennessey, this is our first episode, so why don't you tell the audience a bit about your background as a BA in theater?
Clacked. Well, yes, I do have a BA in theater, not a BFA, a BA. And to wrap up my liberal arts college experience in a little nice story is during Movement for Actors, my drama major advisor, he had to portray an animal at 10:30 a.m. And the way he did this was he peed his pants. Yes, he pissed in his pants. And he got an A.
Wow, that was really interesting. Now let me tell my story. Did you know I actually know Lin-Manuel Miranda? Yeah, after a production of Hamilton, he walked off stage and I looked at him right in his eye and I said my name to him and I just know he heard me. I just know it, Hennessey. Anyway, so I'm like best friends with Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's like no biggie.
Absolutely. Work.
Now, let's hold space for our first topic. Is it annoying to sing along to songs in the theater? Personally, I think it's not. I think people pay to see you sing along to songs. I think they want that live theater experience.
Yes, and I think it's really disrespectful to the actors and a whole disgrace to the whole art form, honestly.
Well, yes, and... Wait, line?
Yes, and I love it, and I love to sing.
Oh, okay, yes, thank you. Well, yes, and I love it, and I love to sing.
Yes, and I paid $500 to hear Audrey McDonald, not Little Sally from New Mexico.
Well, yes, and I just think that...
Diva, you're about to break your vocal rest. Relax. Take a deep breath. Breathe in with me. And out. Feel better, Diva?
Yes, I am centered.
Okay, we need to wrap things up because I have rehearsal later. I'm starring in this new musical, Drag Duel, the musical.
Co-starring, right? With me.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh.
And also featuring Derek as the old man no one asked for with the worst song at the end of the musical.
I can tell you right now, nobody will be singing along to that.
Well, y'all, that ends our podcast for good.
Make sure you go support your local theaters.
And sing along to every song. And just remember,
That's
our line.
I would totally subscribe to Gwen and Hennessey's podcast. I feel like it was kind of over-edited, but I still really liked their concept. It was the most similar to a real-life podcast. They felt really natural talking to each other. Like, at some point, I forgot it was scripted.
Rise and shine. You're locked into the Morning Wood Show, the hardest way to start your day.
We cut through the BS and get right into the meat and potatoes of what you need to know to crank up your life to the max.
That's right. We got the tips and tricks to help you reach your ultimate bro-potential. With your hard-bodied host, he's smashing the game with his raw power and finesse. It's Brick Slam Chess!
Hell yeah, he's slicker than oil and harder than steel. It's my bro, Brock Hardcastle.
Yo, 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 good morning, bro America. This is Morning Wood! Woo!
Yeah!
Let's go! Yes!
You've tuned in to the only morning radio show podcast where we talk bro news, gym tales, and bro fails.
That's right. We get the tools you need to get your life up to speed.
Let's get right into it with our top stories of the day.
That's right. In local bro news, Jim Bro claims to be a genius after deadlifting a smart car.
Absolutely devastating to hear, Brock. I think we've all been there. In other news, scientists confirmed saying, "Let's go," does nothing, but we as a community are still choosing to respect it.
So much respect. One love. A nationwide egg shortage has led to mass hysteria. A local gym bro, Dirk Hyman, claims this lack of protein is no yoke.
Extremely sad to hear. Finally, on a lighter note, a new dumbbell has just come out that actually whispers encouragements to you during each rep.
The power was in you all along, bruh. Speaking of raw power, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Liquid Chicken, the only protein shake made with an entire blended chicken. Packed with over 200 grams of raw protein, it's sure to make every workout spectacular.
No more winging it, bros. This is serious fuel. Every sip is like a bird flies into your veins and flexes for you. Liquid Chicken.
Well, let's up our emotional gains with a segment that we like to call No Brains, No Gains, and we flex our mental health muscle.
Alright, so this week my therapist told me I need to start journaling, and I was like, dude, I journal my macros every day.
Yeah, I was told to put all of my emotions into my journaling, so I punched it a few times and yelled, and I have to say, I did feel a lot better after.
Well, that's great to hear. I had told my spotter that he needs to start using words of affirmation, and he told me he was affirmed I need to try harder.
What? Bruh, I'm not sure that you or I could get much harder. I mean, look at us.
Look at us. I know that's right. Yes. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
You know what? I think that's our cue to flex it. Ooh, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's it for today's Morning Wood, where the facts may be questionable, but the vibes are undefeated. Join us next time where we report live from the CrossFit parking lot during a turf war with a yoga retreat. My name is Brick.
And I'm Brock.
And this is Morning Wood. Good news. Yeah.
Woo!
Sayonara, bros.
Peace out.
You could do multiple takes. Why is the audio so bad on Robaire's and Duva? What's happening?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Language Barrier, the show where two queens, myself, Lexicon, doctorate in everything, cunnilinguist in languages, and my co-host,
Misunderstood. I bought my PhD doctorate on boobsandbrains.com, mama.
That is right. Two queens with doctorates telling you everything you need to know about the words and languages of the English language. Today we are talking everything that is idioms. Miss, do you understand what an idiom is?
Ooh, I thought that was kryptonite for idiots. I don't know.
And you know what? You might be right, because you are an idiot, so you would know what your kryptonite is. But no, in the English language, where the word originated, idiom means a thing that means another thing. You know, like when you mean something, that you say something that doesn't really mean something else. So, for example, today's idiom of the day is a blessing in disguise. Can you give us an example of a blessing in disguise?
I'd be glad to give an example. I think that the example for blessing in disguise would be when I cover up these bosoms, mama. That when I took it off, that was a real blessing.
I bet to Lord that is a blessing for some folks. But I think other folks might not think that's such a big blessing, if you know what I mean.
Those are two big blessings.
And they're barely disguised. Oh my. Oh, that is a great example. I couldn't have thought a better one myself. But no, the word blessing in disguise actually comes from the 16th century. Did you know that?
Like that was like 1500 years ago?
Correct! That is definitely when the 1600s was. See, we knew you didn't just pay for that doctorate. You're intelligent.
Honey, I got it on coupons. 2 for 1. 2 boobs and 1 brain.
And I need to check out this website that you got. Your boobs, your brains, and your doctorates. Oh.
.com.
.com, boobsandbrains.com. You know what the funny part about that is? That is our host, that is our sponsor for today, boobsandbrains.com. Buy yours and get one for free. Boobsandbrains.com, we love you.
We love you.
Oh, going back to our, beautiful idiom of the day, we are talking, sorry about that. I just got tongue twisted. Do you know what a tongue twister is?
I'm always twisting my tongue against my boyfriend's cock.
Oh, that is inappropriate language for this show. We are a civil, lovely, well-respected podcast, not one that talks about dicks.
Girl, he took off his pants and I was like, is that a blessing in disguise? I was blessed.
Do I hear a duck?
I left my PhD in the oven. Oh my god.
She left her PhD in the oven? Well, folks, I guess that is all that we have time for today. That was our show. Tune in next week when we talk about all things other idioms and tongue twisters. For myself, Lexicon, and my co-host who just disappeared, we thank you so much, and we'll see you during our next episode. Goodbye!
Okay, both of them were very strong. I really this made me laugh. I will say it did kind of feel like maybe Neon was leading and then Alex was more like the, person being interviewed or like a special guest. It didn't necessarily feel like the two were equivalent.
Hello everyone, it's the new episode of Red Rum with Shafrania.
And Stella. Red Rum is only the podcast where we spend more time talking than actually making sense and solving
In the last
mysteries.
episode, we discussed a mysterious chemical attack which happened at the drag duel battlegrounds.
Yeah, like when sometimes you're so sour you turn into a toxic waste.
Wait, that was not the theme.
Oh, you know I'm a compulsive liar.
Well, in the podcast industry, we all are. And I'm Liza Minnelli.
Yeah. So, what's today's mystery?
Tonight, we will be discussing a mysterious murder which happened at the Booger Hall drag brunch.
Yeah, what happened there was so horrible. Like the victim was wearing a flat wig and a tiny heel. So terrifying.
Yeah, good thing she was Oh, wait, we cannot say this on YouTube. She was brutally unalived right before the crowd could see her in this condition.
Yeah, and by the way, you can find exclusive crime scene photos on our Patreon, with evidence too.
Speaking of evidence, the victim was likely killed by a heel straight through her brain.
Talk about a splitting headache. There was also evidence of a struggle, as the victim struggled to put her second lash on while the murder was happening.
I mean, relatable. I wouldn't want to be caught dead with a wonky eyelash.
Yeah, and there was also a note on the crime scene saying, "If you steal my spotlight once again, I will steal your life." Like, whatever that means.
Wait, I don't think it was in the script. Let me check. Yeah, it wasn't. Stella, what are you talking about?
Well, I wanted to make the crime more interesting.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be the true crime like all the other podcasts are.
But it's not like we bring any value to the real investigation anyway, so...
Yeah, you're right, but we can at least try. And so we tried to obtain key evidence for this mystery. We interviewed the mother of the victim. She was even supposed to be our judge for tonight.
Yeah, but the budget wasn't budgeting, so we just called her. Let's hear what she had to say.
Stop calling me, you freaks! My poor daughter is dead, and you're...
We utterly respect the privacy of the victim and their family, and their mother decided to remain anonymous.
Yeah, like, we will not be telling you her name is Angelica Sheffield, who lives on Redwood Lane 11. Like, wait, who put that in my script?
Well, in the end, all evidence points to the victim's murderer being her colleague. It was one of her fellow queens who just wanted more spotlight, more fame, and more tips. I mean, how deplorable. Stella, would you kill for $20?
I mean, totally.
I even managed to track down the location of the murder with my special app and... Wait, it looks like they're 10 feet away. Stella, can you hear the knocks?
Like, AJ?
No, I think somebody's at my door. Let me go and check.
Okay. Oh, wow. It's been Red Rum, your favorite drag mystery podcast. And we'll see you next week, where we investigate the murder of Shafrania. Bye, everyone!
I absolutely would subscribe to Shafrania and Stella's podcast because I'm a true crime geek.
Yeah, I think the expectations were not that high for the two of us, the Shafrania and me, but I believe we outshone many of the members of this cast.
Excuse me, sir. Can we have a Cavassier straight up in a tranny chaser?
It's some tranny chasers up in here. Welcome to my stratosphere.
Good afternoon, transsexuals, and welcome back to Two Trannies, One Pod, the show where we talk about trans celebs and topics. I am just one of your hostesses, Smokey Karmikael.
And I'm not like other Jennifahs. I'm Transjenifahs Gawdy.
And before we get into the HRT of today, we want to hear a word from our sponsors at Cock.
Sister, I'm tired. Literally all the time. My hair is falling out. And worst of all, we still haven't won a challenge. I think I'm gonna sign up for BetterHelp therapy.
Oh, bitch, please. You don't need that scam. What you need is better cock.
Girl, I don't think dick is gonna help my situation.
Okay, well, one, dick is always a problem solver. And two, we're not talking about dick diva. We're talking about cock. C-A-W-K? See, it stands for Counselors Around the World and Kingdom. Now, let's say you have a tight issue you need help with. Cock allows you to be connected to tops all around the world.
Now, what are tops?
I am so glad you asked, sister. See, tops are trained observing professionals, fit and designed to knock down any walls you may have up. So, try better cock today.
Well, fuck. All this talk about cock and dick is gonna make me...
Okay, girl, time and place.
And I did it at your birthday dinner. Now what, Mimi?
Did it at my birthday dinner.
Okay, let's go ahead and get back on track. Now, last week the topic brought up was transitioning and is there a right time to do so? And for our viewers at home, ultimately transitioning has no time frame, so you just have to do it when it feels right for you.
Now this week we wanted to continue the topic of transitioning, but we're switching it to the trans celebrities in the media. We asked the followers, who do they want us to talk about? A large amount brought up Susan?
Susan? Season 1 Susan? Okay, maybe the people got us confused for crosses around America, but for me, Miss Queer and Mentally Ill is not a trans celebrity, sister.
Listen, anyone who says they're trans is. I don't think this bitch has ever claimed to be trans, though. If she was on estrogen, I couldn't tell, okay? Now, once again, we are talking about another white bitch. When are we going to talk about the people of color?
Yes, for our people at home, some more diverse people like Zaya Wade and even Sylvia Rivera is nice. And if you don't know those names, then you need to Google them.
Or submit Disney characters or even video game characters.
Wait, sister, what character from Disney is trans?
Bitch, Pleakley from Lilo and Stitch.
Bitch, that is a cross-dressing alien. Come on.
Okay, no, he stays that girl. Look after look, you can't tell me that isn't a femme queen.
Butch Queen, maybe. But if we want to talk about somebody who is actually trans, then Link from Zelda definitely is.
Oh, now the animated femboy can be a tranny. How does that work?
Okay, well, from the start, Nintendo wanted Link to be gender neutral, so they're neither boy or girl.
Oh, okay. Listen, we are out of time for today, but you better subscribe to that Patreon if you want us to talk about your favorite tranny topics. Follow us on all social platforms. I'm Transjenifahs Gawdy.
And I am Smokey Karmikael, and this has been 2 Trannies, 1 Pod.
I was obsessed with Trans and Smokey. It's like, I need that as a podcast. I need that on my little AirPods, on my little morning walk. I need it.
I was gonna say Smokey and Trans, but I'm gonna just say Smokey. I believe she carried their podcast.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that much delusion since Derek tried to convince us that his podcast had over 1 million clicks.
Numbers don't lie, Butchie, but you sure did on your immigration papers. But the fun isn't over yet because it's time for our warriors to serve their fate in a tarot card runway.
Warriors, ready, set, runway!
For the tarot card runway, I'm serving you Moon. Yes, she's finally here. In tarot, it can often represent illusion, deception, and the subconscious mind. My take on it is inspired by burlesque and vaudeville and the idea of a face in the moon. I made the moon and the headpiece, serving you some moon realness.
I'm a star! This week, I'm bringing you star power with the number 17 in the Tarot Major Arcana, aka the Star. If you pull an upright star, it foresees hope and new beginnings. Pull it turned down, and you may have feelings that everything's turned against you. I made almost everything on this outfit with the help of my partner Joe Baby, excluding the dress, which I still added stars and ruffles to. This star may twinkle twinkle, but I'm definitely not little.
For the tarot card runway, I chose to portray the Fool. The Fool generally means beginning a new journey, one filled with optimism and freedom. I felt this was the perfect embodiment of my trans journey because it has opened up a new area of myself that I'm curious and excited to explore. The headpiece, pants, skirt, pointed shoe covers, ruffle collar, and ball boa were all made by me.
For this runway, I'm inspired by the Emperor tarot card. In a reading, the Emperor represents a positive masculine energy, someone who can meet their goals, or really the leader amongst leaders, and that is what I think I best embody. I recreated his red robe by taking inspo from Renaissance and medieval silhouettes, using Eva foam to create his silver armor and crown, and every freaking rhinestone hand-placed by me.
Since November of 2024, in Serbia there are protests against government because of the death of 16 innocent people that died when the train station collapsed and killed them. The students with the rest of us are demanding justice and government responsibility. In solidarity with my people, I picked to send a strong message through my runway and to represent the Justice Tarot card. I hope for a better future without corruption and death. As we would say, Pumpai!
For this week's tarot card runway, I chose to embody the sun, radiant, powerful, and all-seeing. I begin hidden behind a golden mask, representing illusion and ego. As it lifts, I reveal a golden, bald look, unexpected, genderless, divine. On top of my head, a sunburst crown, handmade by me. On my body, a fully rhinestone gown that glimmers in the light like the rays of sun. But the real showstopper, the coat. Heavy, regal, radiant. As I open my arms, sun-draped panels cascade to the floor, commanding space like the divine light. I didn't just wear the sun, I became its master.
Uh-oh, somebody didn't guess the word. I'm representing the Hanged Man, dressed as a ghost of her only executed woman. She is now haunting those who wronged her, forever chained to what brought her doom. I made this entire dress and screwed and glued together the gallows, and not gonna lie, I was terrified of dropping them. And the wig was made by a local queen called Vodka.
This week I'm giving you the Death. Death Tarot card reveals transitions and new beginnings, urging us to accept change. I have lost so many important people in my life, and this is my take to honor them. I wanted to do the look inspired by this card, not only because it would be gorgeous, but it shows a different side of me.
For the tarot runway, I wanted to channel the High Priestess. She represents intuition, inner wisdom, and the divine feminine. And what's closer to godliness than transsexuality? Stoned with the trans flag colors, I created a draped corset dress and cape, serving you temple-worshipping GODDESS.
This week, I really wanted to step into the creative side of things and show I can push my silhouettes. Now, this is very unique and different for me, but this piece is inspired by the Sun and the Queen of Wands, respectively. The staff is representing the cat that's by the Queen's feet, the flower wand she carries, and the wooden staff, and the Sun headpiece as well, a nod to the Sun. And overall, this look represents confidence and positivity from each tarot.
Ooh, between the shade, the podcast, and the mystical runway, I think I need to cleanse my energy. Or at least my blue sky feed.
You know, coming into the season, I was expected to be the runway diva. I was expected to be the seamstress. But that literally turned out to be everybody but Neon. Everyone's been turning it out every single fucking week. And it stresses me out. Because I'm like, girl, that's my tea. That's my tea. Step off.
What podcast would I subscribe to besides my own? I would actually save my money that month, and I would keep the dollars.
No, which podcasts are getting canceled? Honestly, probably all of them.
So the entire network is getting canceled. Actually, the Drag Duel network, they got canceled.
I want to say I am excited to see how they judge this. I know a lot of people have been saying they're going to judge it in teams. I really think they might judge it individually, personally, just because I think the only two teams that, like, both people did equally as well on the team were me and Hennessey and Stella and Shafrania. And then everyone else's teams, they kind of had, like, a stronger person. So I really think they'll split us up personally, but that's just me.
To help us make decisions this week on the judges panel, we have two iconic judges. First, from season 1, fan favorite and mixed congeniality, Susan.
Thank you for the magnificent introduction, Derek. I really appreciate it. Bitch.
And we also have iconic actor known for his roles in movies like Mean Girls and shows like Looking. Also a comedian extraordinaire and podcaster himself, the iconic Daniel Francesi. Daniel, I know that you are a huge fan of drag.
Like a huge drag fan. If anybody follows my Snapchat, I put local drag up. Every time I tour doing stand-up, I'm always shooting local drag and featuring it.
Well, I'm excited to break down all of these performances. Let's start out with Gwendolin and Hennessey's podcast.
So for Gwen and Hennessey this week, they landed right in the middle for me. I thought they had really good writing. I thought the concept was pretty solid. But my biggest issue was, even though the characters are supposed to be like annoying and obnoxious and unlikable, they weren't really pleasant to listen to.
It was giving a little more of like unrehearsed sketch than off impromptu podcast.
I think Hennessey, of the two of you, you kind of like stepped out and like eked out Gwen just a little bit. In my opinion, I was a little bit more vibing with what you were bringing.
I'm a theater kid, and I think the final thought for me is yes, the answer is theater kids are annoying.
On the runway, Gwen is so creative. I mean, her looks just make me happy. I love the stars. I love the details that she brings in each week with her runways and the drawings. It's so fun and so whimsical.
You look like what would happen if a stuffed animal got wished to life.
For Hennessey's runway this week, I think it had a lot of potential. It was an idea that was really like, it sparked joy for me. I just think the execution wasn't really up there, but it's a huge concept. Like, I really appreciate a lot of stuff about the look. It's really hard to make, but the moon ended up being pretty like wonky and lopsided, which made it a little bit like goofy and unflattering.
Okay, let's dig into the group of Robaire Banned and Heavy Cream.
Heavy and Robaire's podcast makes me sad because there was so much potential. I was so excited for the idea of it, but the execution just felt like infomercial. It was like a scripted bit after a scripted bit after a scripted bit. And the worst thing was you can literally see them looking down on their paper trying to read the script.
Robaire Banned, you have never been anywhere near a straight man, I don't think. You were so gay. You couldn't even stop it for the video.
He started off with like a voice or something and then like dropped it after 2 sentences. It was just, it could have been unintentionally funny, but it was awkward and unpleasant, especially because next to him was Heavy, who was really putting his all into it and really trying.
To give it a positive note, Liquid Chicken made me chuckle. Like, that's actually really funny.
This runway from Robaire, I mean, we see that he has a very specific aesthetic, but this kind of steps outside of what we've expected from him. I love the red. I love the tassels hanging from his arms. I love the way that he recreated the throne from the card. Like, Robaire is clearly a fan of tarot, and I think it really shows in this look. I think this is yet again a great look from Robaire Banned.
Okay, so Heavy Cream had the Fool card. I love the idea of it, and I think that's a perfect choice for Heavy Cream. I had some just kind of issues with the color choices. I think there was like some blues that didn't quite match or some slight clashing of colors in this look. So that was my one critique for the look, but as always, Heavy Cream is super campy and fun.
Okay, what did we think of Neon, Noire, and Alex Elektra?
I think in the beginning I was a little, okay, here we're going on this like scripted sketch route again. And then she had like that little moment where she slipped up what she was saying. And then they started kind of riffing off each other. And it was actually the podcast was podcasting. And that's when I started to have fun.
Alex is just living her best life. And Neon is just steering the ship. White knuckles on the wheel, just holding on as tight as she can go.
Neon's character was sort of creating the comedy in this by being the voice of reason up against Alex, Elektra's goofy character. And I really appreciated that. I think that was a really clever way for them to do the podcast. And it was also clearly improvised. It seems like they did this in one take, and I commend Neon for powering through and keeping it going even when it got a little tripped up.
Oh, also, Clothespins' nails, that like took me back to being like 9 years old and like picking up a paperclip or a bugle or something and putting it on your fingers and giving like the don't you even try it.
On the runway, oh my god, does Neon look amazing. That must be one of my favorite runway looks on Drag Duel ever. It looks so polished, so professional, so well made. It was shot beautifully. It just looked stunning.
For Alex, I thought she looked absolutely beautiful this week. The makeup was amazing, the outfit was amazing, the concept was pretty good. You could see what the reference was, so really no negatives this week.
Okay, now let's talk about Stella and Shafrania's podcast.
When it started, I was like, oh my god, they're going home. Like, this is gonna be so bad. But it ended up being probably my favorite one as a group.
Of all the teams, this is the one that has seen the most podcasts. I don't think it was the most podcast, but it was a parody of a podcast. And going in that direction, I think they nailed it.
They had the strongest material and the strongest jokes out of anyone in the group.
Shafrania, when you got hit with that part of your set, I about fell out of my seat. I said, this is art. This is phenomenal.
And I also think we need to acknowledge that, Stella and Shafrania are doing this from two completely different countries, both speaking English as their second language, with their first language being completely different.
That is so remarkable. And to be able to connect like that that's obviously also a testament to this competition, like how great that brings people together, queer people together to do art and make fun stuff. I feel bad for some of the other contestants who weren't as cohesive.
So for Stella's runway, this is one of my favorite runways in Drag Duel history. Flawless. Literally no notes on it. Everything about it was great.
It is so beautifully made. It has this element of the circle in the back that was such a beautiful reveal and so unexpected, and I'm still trying to figure out how she did this.
Now for Shafrania's look, I think there was just too many things happening at once. It needed to be edited and more polished, more put together. Because I feel like what takes Shafrania down this week is the runway.
Lastly, we have Smokey Karmikael and Transjenifahs Gawdy's podcast.
I'm gonna like, subscribe, comment, and follow.
I would absolutely listen to that podcast.
It was great to see you there, Susan. It was nice to see you pop up and be honored by being read a little. It was kind of cute.
I didn't realize I was trans. I didn't even know.
I love the name Smokey Karmikael. Sounds like a star to me. Like, and in addition to that, Transjenifahs Gawdy, don't even mess with me. Like that, that is so smart.
I think this was the most natural podcast of them all, and especially Smokey. Smokey really delivered.
If drag doesn't work out, you got a job in podcasts. Does Joe Rogan make money doing that?
At moments, Transjenifah's performance felt like it was a little desperate and like she was trying to pull attention and be the standout.
Now, on the runway, Transjenifah's look, I think, had potential. However, when we compare it to everybody else's looks, it was a little bit simple. There are a few things maybe I would change, like lips. I think if you do like a stunning red lip, it would pop out so much more for that silhouette.
I know what you're capable of. This feels like not your best work.
Like, not a shake and go sheet, girl. Like, I feel like not a shake and go sheet, honey.
Smokey's runway. Oh my god.
This runway was so beautiful. I knew exactly the card that she was going for. I love the reference to the Queen of Wands card. That's one of my favorites, and it's perfect for Smokey Karmikael. This is a totally different silhouette for her, so I love that she was showing us more range with her runways.
Any final thoughts, Stanny?
To me, I think this was an incredible showing. I thought it was really fun. I'm so happy to have been a part of this because it was. I saw some amazing moments of drag excellence. I saw some queer, crafty ingenuity, and I saw some glamour and some new beats.
Warriors, you knew this was going to come at some point, and this is the week that we are going to ask you all the question: who should go home tonight, and why?
Oh, that's like the worst question. Oh
my god, I wasn't prepared for this.
Diva, no! Diva, no! Okay. Oh god.
Bro, we knew that freaking question was coming.
Oh no, my phone ran out of storage. No, I'm kidding.
We are going to start with Hennessey.
Based off of performance, I think that Stella should go home. Because I think you could tell she was thinking the entire time. The whole dynamic in their scene wasn't, I think, up to par as the others. And I just think overall it was an awkward performance. So I think based on performance, Stella should go home.
Neon Noire?
I'm gonna go with Gwen. Gwen should go home. Why? Because honestly, I'm still mad from like 3 weeks ago, and so if she leaves, it's not gonna make any difference to my life.
Gwendolin?
Well, I'm gonna say Neon. Outside of any beef we had, she just is not doing as well as the other people in this competition.
You don't like me. It's quite obvious. I said your name too, so no ill will. You know what I mean? But I hate when people like say it's about another thing. Just say you don't like me and you want me to go home. Like, I'm okay with that, right? But when you're like, oh, she's making a... Like, come on. Bitch, please.
Heavy Cream?
The person who, if I just picked anybody that could go home, I would say Neon, because I'm just kind of like over her. I think it's about time to go.
Heavy, I love you so much.
Heavy has not had a single conversation with me. And the last conversation they had with me, they were saying how much they love me. So, what's up with that?
Robaire Banned?
Unfortunately, I think is going to be Stella, just because I think she's gotten a couple like lowish placements, and I don't think her podcast was particularly funny enough, and her death runway was kind of giving me like the sun, but like in black. So I think it would be Stella this week.
Alex Elektra.
I'm not sure I followed much of Robaire for this week. He sounded a bit low in podcast, right? Yeah. Like the tone was down and I couldn't quite hear everything and like understand what was going on. Sorry.
Shafrania?
I want Heavy Cream to go home tonight. Because he won the previous design challenge, and I know that we have some few look challenges coming up, so I feel like him and Hennessey are my biggest competition in that regard, and Stella too. And since I have more connection to Hennessey and to Stella, I want him gone. I don't want him to take another like high placement or a win in a design challenge. If I survive this week, I want to have it all for myself.
Smokey Karmikael?
Based off of this week, I would have to say Stella or Shafrania. But based off personal bias, who would I love to see go home? I think Heavy Cream, because he is tapping on all of our asses. I'm like, Heavy Cream is premier competition. And you know what? As much as I love him, bitch, I need you out of here. Bitch, just like the Heavy Cream meet and greet. Get up out of here, ho.
Transjenifahs Gawdy?
Okay. In my hardest of hearts, the bottom two for me is Shafrania and Stella, just based off of the challenge. I think Stella's runway obviously tore everyone to shreds. So Shafrania for me would be the person that would probably have to go home just based off of that and everything that I've seen so far in the competition.
Stella Incognito.
As much as I love this person and I adore her, I think just based on this challenge and the runway, it should be Trans. Her podcast felt really, I don't know, unnatural, really scripted. She also read the script the whole time. I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable watching her actually. And on the runway, as the queens said, I am the look queen. So I'm gonna judge all of y'all on your looks. It was just really boring. Like, it was just a white dress coming apart, and I wasn't impressed.
Who? Me? I should go home tonight, Diva. Let's be so serious. I can understand why you're mad, because your only talent is sewing, and the only thing you're able to sew is a mermaid gown. Sorry, I've stepped out, and I've actually shown versatility throughout this competition. But that's okay. You can stay mad, because you are going to go home very soon. Put that on Beyonce. You're not that talented. You're not that pretty. You wear a demi-wispy lash. I think you should calm down. You have beautiful gowns. What else are you gonna offer? Quickly. Nothing.
Thank you all for your honest answers.
It's time for the final judgment. 3 of you really stood out to us this week.
I don't know how to feel now. Like, my heart is telling me I did a great job this week, just based off the performance in the podcast and also the runway. But by everything I have heard, I just hope anything from the Who Should Go Home video does not translate to the actual results.
Neon Noire, your podcast had us cackling, your runway was polished, and you proved once again that you are a force to be reckoned with.
In the top?
Neon in the top is a gag.
Smokey Karmikael, you delivered one of the most natural podcast performances that had us engaged from the start to the finish. And your runway, it was a ray of sunshine. Stella Incognito, we loved your concept. The comedy was on point and your runway simply divine.
Hello, warriors. My name is Stella Incognito, and I am in the top. Now watch everyone say that I did not deserve that top placement.
Stella is in the top? Girl.
Wait. Wait. Stella and Neon in the top?
Stella and me with Smokey?
6 people said Stella should go home.
This is garbage. What is happening here is genuinely garbage. Call her Ginger Minge because, bitch, I smell some riggery is afoot.
Watch everyone try to bring me down, but they cannot.
Congratulations, Smokey! You are the winner of this week's main battle.
Yes! Yes! Smokey!
Congratulations, Smokey. That really wasn't unobvious. You absolutely cleared this week.
You win a $100 cash prize and a special power-up that you get to use next week. But more on that a little bit later.
Oh my god. Fuck.
I'm finally glad that she got a moment to shine. She did so good this week. I'm really happy for her, for everybody in the top.
I'm really trying hard not to crash out. Y'all want me to be the villain so bad. Y'all really want me to unleash the nastiest part of my soul. Because what are we talking about here? What have I done so egregiously wrong to just get fisted with no lube week after week? Did I kill someone in a past life? I'm confused. I'm genuinely confused.
This is exactly what I needed. The only sour thing about this is that I really wish I could share this win with my sister trans. But ultimately, it is judged individually, so I may have won the challenge, but overall, it is also trans win because I just feel as though she also deserves so much credit on this too.
Robaire Banned and Heavy Cream. Unfortunately, your podcast missed the mark. I am sorry, but the two of you are the bottom two placing warriors of the week.
I think I'm gonna cry.
I don't get it.
I know this maybe wasn't my strongest week, but I didn't think it was the worst.
So, based on the fact that Heavy Cream apparently hates me and I had no idea, I want Heavy Cream to go home because, bitch, if you don't like me, I don't like you better.
Send Heavy home. Send Heavy home. Send Heavy home. Send Heavy home. Send Heavy home.
I think I could win the lip sync, but I'm scared to watch.
Robaire Banned and Heavy Cream. It's time for you two to face off in the drag duel to the death! To the song Evacuate the Dance Floor by Cascada. Warriors, ready your weapons and let the drag duel commence!
Turn up the music, let's get out on the floor. I like to move it, come and give me some more. Watch me getting physical, out of control. There's people watching me, I never miss a beat. Still the night, kill the lights, feel it under your skin. I try, keep it tight, cause it's pulling you in. Pump it up, you can't stop, cause it feels like an overdose. My body's aching, system overload. Temperatures rising, I'm about to explode. Watch me, I'm intoxicated, digging the show. It's got me hypnotized, everybody step aside. Still the night, kill the lights, feel it under your skin. That's right, keep it tight, cause it's pulling you in. Wrap it up, you can't stop, cause it feels like an overdose.
Come on and evacuate, feel the club is heating up. Move on and accelerate, push it to the top. Come on and evacuate, feel the club is heating up. Move on and accelerate, you don't have to be afraid.
Now guess who's back on a brand new track? They got everybody in the club going mad. So everybody in the back, get your back up on the wall and just shake that thing. Go crazy, yo lady, yo baby, let me see you wreck that thing and drop it down low, low. Let me see you take it to the dance floor, yo. Everybody in the club.
Evacuate the dance floor.
Everybody in the
I'm
club.
infected by the sound.
Everybody in the club.
Stop, this beat is killing me. Hit to DJ, let the music take me underground.
You better work. You work.
Work heavy? I didn't know you could split.
Robaire, come on!
Stop, this beat is killing me. Hit to DJ, convert things straight down to the ground.
Thank you both for that electric performance, but the judges have made their final decision.
That's like seeing two of your friends on the ledge, and you have to pick which one has to die.
I'm shaking, this is not fun. I just feel like it's not gonna be great either way, because if I get sent home, that sucks. And then if Robaire gets sent home, that sucks. There's no happy ending here.
Heavy Cream, you are the winner of that drag duel. You are safe to slay another day, which means we are sorry, Robaire, but you are the next warrior to be eliminated.
Robaire.
I'm just feeling so much guilt right now.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad about this. I really thought, I thought I was gonna do better. I thought I was gonna get to win something. I just wanted to win something so bad. I cannot believe. I feel like I fucked up.
Robaire, this is so tough. Week after week, you brought us bold ideas and that signature chaotic energy that only you possess.
I mean, I'm sad for Robaire because he gave me his power up whenever it was possible. He just was generally nice to be around. We were following each other for kind of long time. He's just, I don't know, generally fun to see in this competition, and his type of drag is something a lot of people do not see.
I just feel like I had so much more to show. I had so many good ideas left. I had so many things I wanted to do for this competition. I hope I didn't disappoint anyone. I hope I didn't disappoint the judges. I am so grateful for this opportunity.
I hate to be part of the reason why he's being sent home. Sorry, Robaire.
I guess that's it for me. Peace out, Drag Duel. I will catch you all somewhere else. Was that a horrible goodbye? Probably.
All I know is I am going all in on this next challenge.
A massive thank you to our iconic guest judges, Daniel, Franzese, and Susan. I really hope you find your keys.
And a reminder to everyone at home that the best way to support us here at Drag Duel is to subscribe to our Patreon, where you will get behind-the-scenes content, unedited confessionals, unaired lip syncs, and so much more. And with that, we have moved on from another round in the Drag Duel arena.
But until then, just remember, you can try to predict the future, but you will never be able to predict how Derek's next hinge date will go. Messy. Messy as in brown. That's all I'm gonna say. Bye!
Next time on Drag Duel.
This week, our warriors were challenged to participate in our first ever Pokeball.
This is a Pokemon-inspired ball challenge where each warrior needs to present 2 separate looks.
I was anticipating getting sabotaged or getting a little bit shafted.
I never promised anybody anything.
There definitely seemed to me to be a little bit of favoritisms.
This bitch doesn't realize I'm not the person to fuck with.
I've got a big fat mouth that I can't keep shut.
Gwen is so performative. She just wants it to be the good girl.
The more time goes on, the less confident I am getting, which is really unfortunate because I'm about to film.
My sewing machine fucking breaks.
So that was just the beginning of of everything going south.
Special thanks to patrons Sean Edmonds and Keone.